Welcome to Dreamantic Tales, a channel for all things romance to help you escape the hectic drum of life and dive deep into the soothing cloud of storytelling. Sit back, relax, and let your imagination take you away on a dreamy adventure. In the vibrant streets of the Roaring Twenties in New Orleans, where the rhythms of jazz painted the air with melodies of freedom, lived a young woman named Josephine. She was a woman of passion and dreams, never letting bigots damper her resolve as she navigated a world that was both intoxicating and challenging. And it was amidst the sultry nights of the city that she encountered a love that would change her life forever. The French Quarter was alive with the sounds of laughter and the jazzy strains of saxophones. Josephine found herself in a dimly lit jazz club, her heart beating in sync with the rhythms of the music. It was here that her gaze met a man on stage. A man with a trumpet in his hand and a soul that seemed to mirror her own, even if his skin color did not. As the music swayed through the room, Josephine's eyes never left the musician's figure. His fingers danced along the instrument's keys, his lips pressed against the mouthpiece, creating melodies that touched the depths of her heart. When the music came to an end, she found herself clapping along with the rest of the audience. After the performance, Josephine lingered near the stage, her curiosity getting the best of her. The musician stepped off the stage, a sweat-drenched towel slung over his shoulder. His gaze met hers, and a smile tugged at the corners of his lips. "Did my music speak to you, beautiful?" he asked, his voice a mixture of charm and curiosity. Josephine smiled, her heart quickening at the sight of him up close. "It spoke to my soul." He extended his hand. "I'm Marcus." "Josephine," she replied, shaking his hand, the touch sending a jolt of electricity through her. That one meeting paved a path that continued to grow. Josephine and Marcus would meet in the jazz clubs that lit up the night, sharing stories of their lives, their dreams, and their love for music. Marcus spoke of his journey as a musician, of the struggles and triumphs that came with pursuing a passion that set his heart on fire. "I believe that music is the language of the heart," he said one evening, his fingers tracing the rim of his trumpet. "It's a way to connect with the world, to express the emotions that words cannot convey." Josephine nodded in agreement. "And it brings people together regardless of their backgrounds or circumstances." Their connection deepened as they explored the city's hidden corners and danced under the moonlit skies. But their love was not without its challenges. The 20s were a time of racial segregation and discrimination, a time when love between people of different races was met with hostility and resistance. As their bond grew stronger, Josephine found herself torn between her heart's desires and society's expectations. But she refused to let fear dictate her choices. Love, after all, was a force that transcended barriers, a force that dared to dream beyond the constraints of the world. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the city's lights painted the night, Marcus took Josephine's hand in his. "There's something I want to share with you, Josephine." She met his gaze, her eyes reflecting a mixture of anticipation and curiosity. Marcus reached into his pocket and produced a small velvet box. He opened it to reveal a delicate silver bracelet adorned with a single jazz note charm. "Josephine, this charm represents the music that brought us together, the notes that weave our hearts into a song. Will you wear it as a promise of our love?" Tears welled in Josephine's eyes as she nodded, her heart overflowing with emotion. "Yes, Marcus, with all my heart." As he fastened the bracelet around her wrist, Their fingers brushed against each other, igniting a spark that had been kindling since the moment they had met. But as their love continued to bloom, the challenges they faced grew more intense. The city's prejudices cast a shadow over their relationship, threatening to tear them apart. Yet, Josephine and Marcus were determined to face the world hand in hand, to defy the expectations that sought to silence their love. One evening, as the moon shone like a spotlight in the sky, Josephine and Marcus found themselves at a jazz club. The music was a tapestry of emotions, a reflection of the journey their hearts had taken. "I want the world to know that I love you," Marcus said, his voice firm and unwavering. Josephine smiled, her eyes locked onto his. "And I love you, Marcus. Our love is a melody that refuses to be silenced." As the music played on, Marcus stepped onto the stage, his trumpet cradled in his hands. The notes that poured forth were not just music. They were a declaration, a proclamation of love that echoed through the club and into the hearts of those who listened. And as Josephine watched him, she realized that their love was not just a footnote in history. It was a symphony of courage, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and a reminder that love, like jazz, was a song that could not be contained,